What are you grateful for today? I want you to pause for a second and I want you to ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? This is what we're going to talk about today. This is Coach Antonio Landis Thompson, and you listen to Winners for Life Coaching Podcast, a place where you discover your success, your greatness, your purpose, your destiny, and become all what you were designed to be. Certified and credentialed coach through the International Coaching Federation. Sit back, relax, and let us go on a journey together of transformation. What are you grateful for today? Now, some of you know the routine. Can I have permission to coach you today? Can I have permission to come into your world and we could just have a discussion about gratitude and being grateful? I want you to know that everything that is said in this coaching session is confidential between me and you. Unless you want me to share your story with the world, this is a safe place. Winners for Life Coaching Podcast is a safe place. Now, let's get our focus today, or let's get our coaching agreement. And our coaching agreement today is simply this. We want to dissect what it is to be grateful. Am I grateful? Being thankful, being gratitude every day, and learning how to appreciate being in the moment, being present, and enjoying the moment and being grateful. First of all, I want to thank every one of you for listening to this podcast all around the world. Thank you for all the new listeners that are coming on. Thank you for sharing the podcast. Thank you for recommending the podcast. Thank you for your encouragement words. Thank you for your feedback. Without you, there is no Winners for Life Coaching Podcast. This is our community where we want to get better. We want to improve our lives. We want to achieve our dreams. We want to walk in our success and our greatness, our purpose, and our destiny. We want to tap into that purpose that is inside of us. Now, some of you might be saying, Coach, I would love to be coached by you. Hey, if you're interested in being coached by me, go to the website, AntonioLandisThompson.com, AntonioLandisThompson.com. There are the packages out there, I have different coaching packages out there. Slow down, coach. I have different coaching packages out there. See which one resonates with you. Reach out to me. Send me a text. Send me an email. Or some of you might be interested in, hey, I would love to hear you come and speak to our community in terms of anything to do with coaching or leadership development, success, greatness, all of that type of stuff. All of that stuff is at the website. Now, what are your expectations in the next few minutes that we have? What are your expectations? What do you expect to get? You know what I realize? We wake up every day and we have this spirit, some of us, we have this attitude of entitlement. Like, you supposed to do this for me. Like, you supposed to give me my food, right? You're supposed to give me my education. You're supposed to give me my health care. You're supposed to give me all of this type of stuff. And what happens is then we try to correlate that or translate that in our lives, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that we all need help. We all need help. But I want to tie this into gratitude. We wake up with this attitude of entitlement sometimes, like I'm supposed to be living today. Like I'm supposed to be alive today. Let me just pause for a second and pause to you. You are not entitled to be alive today. I am not entitled to be alive today. The only reason that you're alive and I am alive is by the grace of God. We're talking about being grateful and gratitude. There are people waking up all over the world. I know it's not you, right? There are people waking up all over the world just being so ungrateful. And what hit me yesterday is that, you know what? Sometimes we wake up like we supposed to be here. Like we were supposed to wake up. But let me give you some breaking news. Somebody before they went to bed last night, they ironed their clothes to go to work, but they didn't wake up today. Someone last night took out their outfit to go for a run, to go for a walk, to go to the gym, but they never woke. They never got up this morning. Somebody last night, yesterday, brought an airline ticket or they packed their luggage and they were going on a trip, their journey, their dream vacation. They never got up. Someone brought a train ticket. Someone today or yesterday, they kissed someone and say, I will see you later. And that was the last time they ever saw that person. Someone yesterday, someone dropped somebody home, say, hey man, I'll drop you home. You don't have to worry. Or somebody picked somebody up. And that person got up this morning and realized the person that dropped them home died. You see, life is so precious. One of the greatest miracles that we are experiencing every day is what I call life. And life is a gift that was given to each of us. What are you grateful for today? Find something to be grateful for. I am grateful to be alive, and I'm grateful for life. This is not something I'm just saying because it sounds good on a podcast or it's a good title for the algorithms. This is something I practice gratitude every day. This is something that I ask my children every day. I say, what are you grateful for? Because what? I'm training them and training them and training them. You have to find something every day to be grateful. You see, your life and my life, we were not entitled to be here. The God of the universe decided, boop, boop, boop. They keep this heart pumping one more time. But some of us, we wake up. I want to check you this morning. First of all, how you doing? I want to check in with you. How you doing? Don't think that you got up this morning and it was on your own strength. Don't think you got up this morning because you decided to get up this morning. You're alive and I'm alive because the God of the universe decided to breathe that fresh breath into our bodies. Now, here's what I've learned, and this is something that I've talked about over the years, is that you cannot be grateful and ungrateful at the same time. You cannot be grateful and ungrateful at the same time. And here is some people might call it a hack, some people might call it a strategy, somebody might call it a technique. But whenever you're feeling down, you're not feeling too good, you feel maybe depressed, you could be upset, things not working out. I want you to ask yourself in this moment, what am I grateful for? Because when you ask yourself, what are you grateful for? Whatever you are grateful for, it pulls you out of that state of mindset of being depressed. It pulls you out of feeling lonely. It pulls you out of giving up. Because in that moment when you decide and make a choice to focus on what are you grateful for, in that second, in that moment, it breathes life back into your body. I want you to practice this. Every day you wake up, I want you to ask yourself, what are you grateful for? And come up with 3 things. Some of you who like to journal, you can journal it down. What are you grateful for? Some of you who like voice notes, send a voice note to you, send a text to you. And what is going to happen is that over the weeks and over the months, as you continue to practice gratitude, you're going to start to see something happen in your life. Your life is going to start transforming. You are going to start waking up and you're going to look at things around you totally different. You're going to look at your wife totally different with a whole new perspective. You're going to look at your husband. You're going to look at your children. You're going to even drive in your car, and the same car that you had probably for years or months or weeks, it's going to look totally different. Your house is going to look totally different. The people you communicate with is going to totally look different. The job that you go to, maybe that you were starting to hate that job, all of a sudden now you're going to start looking at that job totally different. Why? Because when you practice gratitude, it causes you and it teaches you, and you're training your mind and your body to appreciate life. Let's pause there for a moment. You're training yourself just like that muscle. You have a gratitude muscle. And you're training yourself to appreciate life. This is so important. Because when you wake up in the morning, we all have a choice. You have a choice to complain. You have a choice to be negative. Or you have a choice to be grateful and practice gratitude. And then, sometimes I saw a quote, paraphrasing it, and it says something like, basically, it was like, why are you always being positive? Why are you always being positive? Why are you always having a good attitude and a positive attitude? That positivity don't work, right? So I'm paraphrasing it. The positivity don't work. But here's what that quote said. It said something like this: I rather be optimistic. I rather be positive because it just makes me feel better. Ooh, I'll say that again. Paraphrasing the quote. People may look at you and say, why are you always practicing being positive? Why are you always practicing just smiling and being happy? And the quote, summarizing it a little bit, it says, I rather be optimistic. I rather be positive because it just makes me feel better. Why do I practice gratitude? Come on, coach. Why do I practice gratitude? I practice gratitude every day because it makes me feel better. I practice being thankful every day and practice gratitude every day because guess what? It makes me look at the world totally different. It makes me appreciate this life that I was given. You see, the life that you have, it's a miracle. And if you are listening to this podcast or watching this podcast, you are experiencing one of the greatest miracles in the world. That means that you are alive. Some of you might be listening to this in your hospital, and you might be in your bed, and you might be watching this, or you might be listening to this. I want to encourage you today. Even in the hospital, ask yourself, what are you grateful for? Some of you might be going through a divorce, or you just came out of divorce. Even in the midst of that, I want to ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Some of you may just lost a lost one. Maybe lost someone you love. It could have been your wife. It could have been your husband. It could have been your child. And some of you maybe feel hopeless today. In the midst of the pain, in the midst of the suffering, in the midst of the uncertainty, in the midst of that valley of decisions, Ask yourself, what are you grateful for? Because in that moment, when you practice being grateful, it pulls you out. You can feel what I'm saying today. Don't get up every day complaining. I used to tell people whenever the gas prices would go up, I used to get sad. And whenever the gas prices go down, right, I used to get happy. And then I made a decision. Hmm, I'm not going to let a gas price determine how I feel or how happy I am. Someone in a board meeting or someone last week or 2 weeks ago decided what the gas prices was going to be. You, me, we have the power to decide the attitude, the positivity, the type of energy that we vibrate on today. Mm. Let me say that again. You have the power within you to vibrate, mm, and flow in that positive energy, that energy of being grateful, that energy of being gratitude, showing gratitude. Mm? Also, I want to challenge you today. When you meet somebody today, when you send them a text, when you call them on the phone, when you send them an email, when you send them a fax, when you send them a voice note, when you send them a video chat, or when you get on live somewhere, ask people around you today. Say, can I ask you a question? What are you grateful for? Mm. Yeah, what are you grateful for? Yeah, I was listening to this guy called Coach Antonio Landis Thompson, and let's call it the gratitude challenge. But let's practice it every day. Now, here's the thing: you don't just have to do this in the morning. You can do this lunchtime. You could do this before you go to bed. Sometimes at the end of the day, I get together and me and the family, we like to say a prayer before we go to bed. And sometimes even before bed, I say, what are you grateful for today? Because this question never get old. Because even in that moment of being grateful, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my business. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful that I have a vehicle to drive to. I'm grateful that I have money to catch the bus or catch the train. In that moment, you start to go to bed feeling good and it just makes you feel good. Mm. Oh, we could go on and we could talk for hours about being gratitude. I want to ask you, what was that light bulb moment to you today? In this coaching session, what is something that came on? What was that light that came on today? What was that light? What was that awareness that came on to you today about gratitude? Or what was just your light bulb that came on? You could put it in the comments, you could send me a message. What was that eye opener for you? But also, I want to challenge you. I want to ask you, can I hold you accountable? Can you hold me accountable? When you see me, hmm, or when you reach out to me, I want you to ask me, hey, Coach Antonio Landis Thompson, what are you grateful for? Because we are teaching each other. But I want to hold you accountable. If I see you somewhere in the grocery store, at the gas station, if I see you on the social media streets, can I ask you, what are you grateful for? Hmm? What are you grateful for? Remember today, this is what we talked about. We talked about the importance of being grateful, the importance of practicing gratitude, that we could be grateful morning, noon, and night, that when we are grateful, it feels better. We talked about this morning or today or the afternoon or wherever you are around the world, we talked about that we have the power within us to be positive or negative, but we make a decision today to be grateful. Thank you for listening to Winners for Life Coaching Podcast, a place where you discover your success, your greatness, your purpose, your destiny, and become all what you were designed to be. Remember the best. I mean the best. The best, like my daughter say, the bestie, the best, and the greatest day in the world to be alive is the day because God loves me and He loves you. Remember, your purpose is not outside of you because your purpose was never lost. Your purpose is inside of you. And today, my day is going to be great. Your day is going to be great. Our day is going to be great. Why? Because today we were reminded that our life is a gift that was given to us. And we are living and experience one of the greatest miracles in the world. We are experiencing, come on, coach, we are experiencing the gift of life. And because we are experiencing the gift of life, we're going to show gratitude and be grateful for this life. And because we are alive, there is hope. And because we are alive today and we're grateful to be alive, there is something for us to do today to make this world a better place. I love you. Your day is going to be amazing. Find something every day to be grateful. And remember, your life is a miracle that you are experiencing. I love you. Blessings.